All right, so this is actually the last video of explaining the Bubble Sort Trainer for the educational game design class, and it's actually the last video, or it might turn into two videos. We'll see how long it takes to describe the last parts. Last parts being the micro interactions. This label's not technically right. It's actually the tray and the buttons and the UI because I covered the containers up here with the container manager. So I have to update that text a bit. But you see here, the videos are up for the middle complexity, our middle responsibility managers between the level manager, the macro, and the buttons and the UI, the micro. So there'll be like one or two more videos here, and it's November 28th. So you have a week with the last lecture videos explaining the Bubble Sort Trainer. And then we have one more week of work time. And so that's in about 2-week delivery. Up Sunday, December 13. You'll have your final Sprint 3 deliverable, which will be your completed prototype. If you're working on an original idea, it's as completed as you can get it, something that's functioning that we can all actually use and give feedback on. And if you're following with the Bubble Sort Trainer, it's as I got it to, as you saw, where the level 1 works, the tutorial and the intro is what you had from the first sprint. And actually, as I'm talking right now, that just lead me to the last remaining part, which is the walkthrough video of your deliverable, which actually I'm using the software right now. And let me just take a look. OBS Studio. This is a free version, open source software. It's very easy to learn. There's a download button to it. I would recommend just using this unless you have your own screen capturing software. This is what it looks like. So you'll have to excuse the kind of infinite repeatable ness because it's capturing within the preview, the capture, so you have that kind of mirrored effect. But you can see that it's a floating window. All I have here is just I'm saying which display I'm capturing. It's picking up my microphone automatically. And over here, it was start record and then stop record. I'm doing recordings, not streamings. And there's a little wizard that runs at the beginning. You set it all up. It's very quick to do. You can add and remove sources here. It can be video or audio. It can be screens, it can be windows. You can add your microphones, what have you here. What I'd recommend is once you run the software, you reset your computer, you make sure everything's working great. You do a quick video, just a 5-second, just move your mouse around and talk, and then run the video. The videos are stored in your documents under the videos folder. And so the settings for it. I don't know if I can open settings while this is running. I don't know if it's going to stop my video. It looks like it's pretty good. The one thing to be aware of is your output. No, your recording. So I'm doing MP4s. I think it defaults to FLVs or Flash videos or whatever else. You want to do a .mov, a .mp4. These are all QuickTime movies or MPEG-4 codecs. The MPEG, I do MP4 because it's very, it works really well with uploading to YouTube, and you get good compression. All right, and so it might ask you which video format. So if you see them under output and recording, it may ask you like the resolution and stuff. You just choose whether the native resolution of your monitor. That'll be the default. In fact, there it is, 1920 by 1080. And I'm just choose 30 frames per second. You don't need 60. And video, this is all the basics I set. And you should be able to see something like this. It'll show you, like, is this, if you have dual monitors, you'll pick which monitor and your little preview. I keep this off on my side monitor so I can keep track of it, but and I don't have, obviously I don't want to see it in my recording, so I record on one monitor and I watch on another. But you can just open it, hit start record if you just have a laptop or one monitor, and minimize it. Do what you got to do, and stop the video and test it, play it, make sure it works, and then do the longer video. And then when you do the longer video, your walkthrough would be just explain your final deliverable for the class. Go through your you could briefly discuss your research design phase as it applies to the project. Ultimately, you're describing the prototype. What buttons made sense? What UI? What were you going for? What did you build? What's the experience supposed to be like to the user? How do you naturally introduce them to how to use your piece of software? How to know if they're supposed to be using the mouse, the keyboard? Should they be interfacing with your software natively or naturally? And then you're also how are you going to introduce them to your learning topics? Is there a tutorial that gets them used to your software, but also is there some things that they need to know before they can use your level 1? So in the case of Bubble Sort, I had to teach them, what's the point of sorting? Think about how you sort in your physical world, in your normal life. You actually do it a lot. You're always trying to make sense of the chaos, that forms around you. And you're always organizing your desk or your bedroom or what have you. And so this ideas of sorting and searching, I tried to make as naturally the ideas to the users so that they understand, oh, this is why sorting and searching is so important in computer science. Because computers can just run quick mathematical operations or arithmetic so much faster, and they can keep track, and their memory is so much bigger than us for these kind of simple data processing and storage situations that just it explodes up to millions and billions of bytes or things to remember, but they're very, very simple. So it's really good for a machine to do that type of sorting and searching for us. And so then it kind of lays the groundwork for the user to understand, oh, this is the point of why I want to learn what's coming next. What is this Bubble Sort? And so I want you to just talk about what your thoughts and your design ideas and why you did what you did. And so the tutorial should really be I want to get the user used to the software. Should they be clicking or dragging, or should they be used to a first-person shooter with its WASD keys, or what's the point? What are they pressing? How do they interact with your software through the interface, and why, and how are you getting used to it? Then part 2 is, how do you get them comfortable and grounded in the knowledge that they're about to learn, that's a learning experience? What are the goals? Is there anything they need to be comfortable with before they start learning this material? And then how did you decide to break up the material? How did you decide to do your learning objectives? How did you decide to build, take those learning objectives and build them into tasks that the player, the user can accomplish or try to accomplish throughout level 1 to practice the knowledge, to demonstrate that they've learned it, that kind of hands-on learning experience. And then just play the game. Just go through the tutorial, just explain it as you're doing it. I'll do that. I'll go look at my code, and I can't memorize everything. I'm just kind of reading through it as I'm talking in the videos. So just do something similar. Play the tutorial. Things will pop in your head. Oh, well, as the designer, I thought about this and that, as you're using tutorial, and then say, okay, now I've explained how I got the user up and going in my piece of software. Now let me explain level 1, and then play level 1. And then as you're playing, give a walkthrough, just like a gamer would do playing a game, or a developer would do, to try and entice people about their game that they're built, or what have you. Just walk through the experience. It can be as little as 5 minutes and at most 10 minutes. So aim for that. And once the video is up, just create an account on YouTube, put it up. If you can make the video private or unlisted, and just give the link in your itch.io description along with your Canvas posting. So primarily you want to put all the information in your Canvas posting. But I see that people like to also reproduce some of the information in their itch.io description, project description, what have you. That's completely fine too. But the core of it is everything needs to be accessible through the Canvas posting. So it'd be some type of link to YouTube. Some people really love Vimeo. Whatever it is, a video sharing service. Put it up, make it private, make it unlisted, whatever. Just give us the link, test the link, make sure it works, and then get your finished prototype up on itch.io, test the link, make sure it works, and just give like a postmortem. Just give like a written description. Hey, this is what happened in the prototyping phase. I hit some interesting issues here. I thought it was interesting to try this. I kind of got stuck and hit a roadblock here. Just explain your design and your development process over these last 4 weeks. Just talk like a developer blog. Just give a paragraph or two, talk about some stuff, explain it, and post up your YouTube link and your itch.io. And let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Make sure the prototype is complete. There's no errors or bugs or bad UX flows. The prototype will be on itch.io. Post up your prototype link, research doc, design doc, walkthrough video. All right, and then this last thing I talked about. Just give me a paragraph or two of postmortem. You can sew together these documents and just put together the postmortem at the end. And even if you did the bubble sort trainer and so your research doesn't match your design, or I actually saw quite a bit. You switched your design. I only saw like one or two of you posting up a design on a project, your idea, and then you posted up the bubble sort code. So just sew together your research and your design docs and your postmortem, and you got your walkthrough video link, and you got your itch.io link. And yep, that's it. All right, so this video was really on the walkthrough video, creating the walkthrough video and the thoughts that would go into that for your Sprint 3.